Pardon me, miss.
Yes.
Is that your slipper in the back room?
My what?
Your slipper. There's a pink slipper back there with the blue thing.
No, I
It's
have
not
my
yours?
shoes on.
It's not.
This is indeed a disturbing universe.
Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I am your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve, and thank you for being patient with me. I have not been making videos on a tight schedule lately. I've been kind of standing at the edge of the vortex, and sometimes the vortex looks back at me and says, ha ha ha, you're not doing your videos. What are those 5 people that watch you gonna do? Well, 86 through 90 of the list of 100 psychedelic songs. Yeah, I'm gonna do 5 this week, or this episode, and then the next episode I'm gonna finish up the list, and then will be all this other interesting stuff that's in the can. We'll decanter as we progress through the future. But yeah, so I'm gonna just get into it here. And again, it's like reverse alphabetical order by band. There's not any ranking. These are all just songs that I love. And I made this list, and well, they shouldn't even have numbers, but I'll just say this song is a classic song everybody knows. Hot Smoke and Sassafras by Bubble Puppy. And Bubble Puppy was another Texas psych band. They were on International Artist, same label as 13th Floor Elevators. They changed their name to Demian and made an album for ABC, which I showed in another video. I actually broke the rules and represented these guys twice. This is a reissue on Decal, probably from 80s or 90s. But look at these guys. Look at these outfits. This is like some kind of leather medieval thing, and he's got ruffles, and this is like some kind of wizard thing. I love this. I also love how the back cover looks like it was drawn with like just Sharpies or felt tip pens. This is horrifyingly similar to the kind of stuff that I tend to draw sometimes. But anyway, Hot Smoke and Sassafras, that was their big hit song. In the midst of sassafras, many things will come to pass. Get the 45. The 45 has just a really tight, in-your-face mono mix where you just, the heaviness is undiluted by unnecessary panning, which the version on the album is fraught with. Okay, this band is called Bafalongo. I don't know that much about them, except I originally assumed that the name was like Bafango, which, it means friend in Italian. Yeah. But Bafalongo, very interesting band. This is their first album on United Artists, and it's a Canadian United Artists pressing. But on their second album, they did a song called Dancing in the Moonlight, and they kind of morphed into King Harvest and had a hit with Dancing in the Moonlight. But that has nothing to do with the song, which I am listing, which is the opening track on this album, and it's called The Sea's Getting Rough. And thing about The Sea's Getting Rough, it's just a perfect album opener because it's just this blistering guitar, like right from the get-go. Kind of a screamy white boy blues kind of structure, but with just a lot of great guitar riffs just tying the song together. The song is also on the soundtrack of a bad 70s movie called The Chicken Chronicles.
Also on this week's concert line, brothers and sisters, the LA area will be seeing
The Sea's Getting Rough by Bafalongo. Next song on the list, another band everybody knows and loves, Blue Cheer. Blue Cheer was the transition of psychedelic into proto-metal acid rock in the San Francisco scene. And this is their debut album, Vincebus Eruptum, with the little poem by Owsley on the back. And Summertime Blues was the hit song, but the song that's on the list is the song that kicks off the second side, Out of Focus. And there's not every Blue Cheer album, but definitely this one. There's a sludgy guitar sound that I've just not heard anywhere else. And that sludgy guitar sound is in full force on the track Out of Focus. And it's just, it sticks in your mind. It sticks in your mind. It's a banger. Do, 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 do.
Man, he must be having a bad trip.
Beast made 2 albums, one for Cotillion and another album for the label Evolution. There are many bands called Beast, but this particular band called Beast. Around 1970, Robert Yeasel was in this band, who was in West Coast pop art experimental band for a minute on their 3rd album, and was in Sugarloaf for a couple minutes on their 2nd album, Spaceship Earth. And you can see where they're coming from. There's even a track titled Cannabis Sativa. But listening to this album when I first got it, there was one song that really stood out, and I'm like, why, if they didn't, why did they not release this song as a single? This is brilliant. This is a perfect song, and it's the 3rd song on the 2nd side, titled When We Rise. And it's got some crazy fuzzed out guitar. It's got a catchy riff. It's got some really nice vocal harmonies and a little bit of a surprising twist and turn at the bridge. And it is just a straight up perfect song. When We Rise by Beast. I think this was reissued by Wounded Bird on CD. I'm not entirely sure, because I had no need to look for it because I have the record. Okay. Last but not least on this list for now is from the East Coast, from the Boston area, a band called Bead Game. And Bead Game was a band Jim Hodder was in before he became the drummer for Steely Dan for their first couple albums. But the song I'm going to talk about that's on this list is called Sweet Medusa by Bead Game. And it's on the soundtrack of this movie called The People Next Door, which is early 70s kind of drug exploitation. The daughter is on acid and losing her mind, and the family doesn't know what to do type of movie. But the soundtrack is from Bead Game and Glass Bottle, a couple of bands that were on the Avco Embassy. I've shown clips from this movie, and I've gotten little copyright, little warnings, but I might show a clip of this song.
You can't dance to it. You can't dance to it.
Well, you see, this is a different sound.
Well, I don't want a different sound.
Some of you are asking, where's Mr. Gopher? We haven't seen him for a while. Well, Mr. Gopher went on vacation. He went on vacation to Golden Gate Park, and he'll be back maybe next week. Maybe, I mean, I filmed a lot of stuff ahead of time, but Mr. Gopher will be back eventually. But he did send me some footage from his vacation. Let's take a look. Come on, Gopher.
cup of tea with me.
Can you imagine listening to your favorite LPs and hearing absolutely no noise or distortion in the background? Compact disc players let you do just that.
Time for Compact Disc Corner. Compact Disc Corner. Compact Disc Corner, yeah.
All right, welcome to another Compact Disc Corner, where I talk about the compact discs in the corner. And we're doing this stack today, and I'm just going to get right into it. This is Art Feynman, and the CD is called Blast Off Through the Wicker. And I think that Art Feynman is not the guy's real name. I think it's another producer, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of this lo-fi indie pop, but he's not afraid to like jam out on the songs towards the end. You know, he'll be jamming and singing over a drum machine, and then there'll be like a little ripping guitar solo. Anyway, the reason that I bought this was because the song Feeling Good About Feeling Good was my most played song on Spotify in the year 2021. And streaming is a racket, so anything important I'm going to want on CD or record in case it disappears. And this is pretty cheap. It wasn't $0, but it was pretty cheap, and I picked it up. And it's a good album. It is pretty cool. Another one that I got because of Spotify, this band Babylon Zoo. They were kind of a 90s one-hit wonder with the song Spaceman. And I wanted to check out the whole album. And it's good. It's like that kind of artsy Britpop that we got in the late 90s. And it's an enjoyable listen if you like Blur and whatnot, or if you just want to get that late 90s vibe. Spaceman. Also, speaking of 90s, Fuel, album Sunburn, got their big hit song Shimmer. Rest of it's pretty rockin'. I mean, you know, you can kind of tell what they sound like by what they look like. What would I call this? It's kind of grunge light with nu metal guitar tones. Yeah, I guess this was the mainstream rock of its day, of 1998. But a friend of mine really likes the song Shimmer, and from hearing it, it kind of got stuck in my head. All right. 90s vibes is kind of the theme of most of the CDs on here. This band is called Seed, and I think I saw them on TV, maybe on David Letterman or something back in, was like 1995 or 96. When did this thing come out? Something like that. 94. And somebody told me they were Christians because there's a song called Rapture. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, they've got that 90s kind of grunge light, you know, little bit of Smashing Pumpkins, some good vocal harmonies, some good riffs, and there's a little surprise at the end, because this last song, Mariposa, is timed at 8 minutes and 11 seconds, and I looked and the clock on the CD player said 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, is it going to be like a bunch of silence and then a hidden song? Because I hate when they do that. It's a real pain in the ass, especially when you're shuffling. But it turned out that was not the case. That what happens is at 8:11, the song fades down, but then it fades back up and repeats the same riff over and over again, kind of similar to I Want You, She's So Heavy, for 20 minutes. So there's not a big gap of silence. But anyway, plentiful in bargain bins. Seed. All right. This was one, this goes back a little further. This is from 1987. Band is called Area. It's not the, I think, Italian or somewhere in Europe. It's not the prog band Area. This is a band from the 80s. Americans, I'm pretty sure, with a female singer with a really smooth voice. And I've never found this record on vinyl. I found their other record on vinyl, but finally I saw somebody was selling this CD for the low price of $7.98. But yeah, this is lovely. And a lot of these kind of albums, they start out rocking and then kind of get more mellow. This album starts more mellow and kind of gets more rocking as it progresses. But yeah, if you like that ethereal Cocteau Twins, Mazzy kind of stuff, check that out. Last but not least, something I used to have and I wanted to have again. Tone Loked After Dark. Back when I used to bar DJ, I used to play like Wild Thing and Chiba Chiba and some of these songs. But, oh, and it's a BMG. See, it's got the little BMG insignia instead of the barcode, which means it was, you know, somebody's packaged the CDs for a penny, right? But anyway, it's like kind of classic, old school, kind of pop rap. Really interesting use of samples of classic rock in this. And it's the Dust Brothers that did the production on this. So yeah, this is some classic hip hop. And on that note, thank you for watching yet another Compact Disc Corner. Okay then, that's my video. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and peace. Stop. 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 Stop.
Your Audi is fond of music and owns many records.